First of all, how many of you speak 2 languages? Now, keep your hand up if you speak 3 or more languages. Good, you could put your hands down. Now, these are 2 poems. I'm going to recite them. Here's the first one. 床前明月光，疑是地上霜。举头望明月，低头思故乡。 Here's the second one. 清明时节雨纷纷，路上行人欲断魂。借问酒家何处有？牧童遥指杏花村。 Most of you probably didn't understand that. That was because I was speaking in Chinese. From a very early age, I was exposed to both English and Chinese. That's because I am American-born Chinese, or ABC, not that ABC. And there are 3.8 billion ABCs living here in the US. If we put that into dollars, that's enough to buy a private island or a castle. But still, out of the billions who are ABCs, I consider myself unique because even though I was born here, I spent most of my childhood before kindergarten in China. Over there, I learned about the culture, the ethics, and the language. But unfortunately, when I got back, I found out my English wasn't very good. Because of that, I had to go to ELD, or English Language Development. Luckily, my English and Chinese balanced out after a few years. Now, I'm going to take my time to tell you about my very busy life. Once I got to 5th grade, I had Chinese, piano, martial arts, writing, swim team, and I was a Boy Scout. I also played trombone for the school band, and I traveled, and you get the point. During this time, I realized something was wrong. I was very proficient in English, but my Chinese, my skills were weakening. Yes, I could still understand words like shen, the Chinese word for life, or san, the Chinese word for 3. But in more difficult skills like literature, I didn't excel. Before in Chinese class, I earned a majority of 100s. But now I realized that my scores were going down to 60%. Because of this, I propose one solution first. I gave up on most of my work. Even though I listened in class because I was trying to be a good student, I wasn't really doing most of my work. It was like leaving a skyscraper unfinished. But then I went to Europe, and I found out that the people there balanced 3 or more languages. If they could balance so much languages, why can't I balance mine? Then I proposed another solution. I worked way too hard. This means that I was staying up until 1:00 a.m. Yeah, that wasn't very good. I got really tired, and I still wasn't doing that well in class. Later, my parents told me that I shouldn't see Chinese as work. Rather, I should see it as something that I should enjoy. So I proposed a third solution, represented by the normal height skyscraper over there. I finished my work when I had the time, and when I absolutely didn't have the time, I didn't need to finish it. And I found enjoyment by reading a lot of interesting stories and learning more about Chinese culture. So, why am I blabbering away about my life through language? Well, through my experiences and my research, I found out that there were others like me. Of course, some of the people in my Chinese class tried very hard to make sure they had the proficient Chinese, but some others were just goofing off. They just saw Chinese as work. I was like this once, so I decided I should bring this topic up to the world, because I know there are millions of people out there who are like me. Also, I need to address the problem of dying languages. Let me take the language of Shanghainese, for example. This is a dialect from the city of Shanghai. China has many dialects, and this is one of the most popular ones. But over the recent years, the population speaking it has declined. Half of my family is from Shanghai, so I know a bit of Shanghainese, but I don't know a lot of it. If this carries on over the years, then this language will eventually die out. And there are other languages out there, like this language, but they might, and people aren't paying attention to it. So it could easily become extinct. Maybe a language could be becoming extinct right now. For those of you who speak 2 or more languages, I implore you to find enjoyment in all of them. For those of you here who speak 1 language, try to find a new language to learn and find enjoyment in it. Do not see it as work. That way, you'll walk home with a big smile on your face. Thank you.